Hi, we're Ben, Emily, and this is Alan. For the last 2 years, we've been travelling the UK waterways in our tiny floating home. We've seen many beautiful places, been through a lot of locks, and cruised through and over some amazing feats of engineering along the way. Join us for the ups and downs, mainly ups, of life aboard our narrowboat home.
This week's video is sponsored by HelloFresh, but we'll tell you more about that in a little bit.
Today is a special day. Perhaps even a magical day, for today marks 2 years since we moved onto this boat.
Our 2-year boativersary, you might say.
We've travelled a long way.
We have.
Much has changed.
It has.
But much has stayed the same also.
Alan's weight, for example. Sorry, Alan. She's on a diet.
Yeah, so we're feeling reflective.
Yeah.
We're feeling like, wow, hasn't this been mad?
It feels like longer than 2 years, but also not. A lot longer, like 10 years or something.
We've done a lot.
We have. We've been at quite a few places.
Quite busy. You're drawn into the moment quite often when you're having to move on a boat. I say having to because, you get 2 weeks in each spot.
Also, it's pretty much our 4th anniversary as well, isn't it?
That's right, in a few days.
And we've hit 20,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
So it's all happened in at once.
Yeah, it's funny. It's all at pretty much the same time. So, yeah, this is the 23rd of May. Our videos are a little bit behind usually. So just to give you an idea of when we had actually moved onto the boat 2 years ago. We thought we'd do a bit of an episode sort of, reminiscing and just talking about the ups and the downs and, that sort of thing. And how we feel about the boat and how we feel about, we live on it. But we're going to integrate it into our day. So we've got quite a lot to do today.
And what's Alan doing today? Did she mention that?
Well, have a look, she's already doing it.
This is what she's doing.
Yeah. Typical. I'm going to start off with making some breakfast smoothies.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
I know you're busy making these fantastic smoothies for us, but do you mind if I ask you a question?
No, go for it.
Okay, great. I'll ask you one then. So what's the best thing about living on a boat?
The best
for
thing?
you in these 2 years?
Definitely the freedom. I struggle being in one place for a very long time. So yeah, the freedom to just move when we want. Obviously we're lucky because we work for ourselves. So, we can move whenever we want. Seeing lots of different places, meeting lots of people. But yeah, just the freedom to go where we want, when we want. Even if it does take quite a long time to get there, because we go 3 miles an hour. That's definitely the best thing, I think.
Okay, I think that's a good answer.
What about you? Putting peach and nectarine in this. Would you like that?
Yeah.
So
well, I guess I think, to elaborate on your answer, because that is definitely one of the generally best things about it.
Yeah.
Is to meet people who I guess still believe in freedom and can understand that concept and have an urge to have a life like that. It's kind of inspiring and it gives you faith in humanity.
Ooh.
So that's definitely a plus point for me. Yeah, having greenery out your window and having
just being with nature. That is definitely.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose that's a massive one for me as well. Yeah, being in nature all the time is just great. What else am I putting in these smoothies? Do you want some spirulina?
Not really.
I'm going to put it in mine.
Makes it grey.
I know it does make it quite grey.
This time of year makes you remember what is so great about the boat is having the weather and you can just step outside and.
It is nice to have come out.
You pay the price in winter in a way because you have such a restrictive small space, and it is cosy, but it does also wear thin, and you it gets hard, and it's hard to find things to do all the time in winter. But now it's like we've sort of got through that, and we can get rewarded now by the good weather.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
And all the cute little ones. Hello there.
Do you want some oats? Here you go. Oh my goodness. Where's your mum and dad? What?
They've got lost.
Guys.
They can't find them.
Come on. The oats are just... Alright, that one must be yours because it hasn't gone grey with the spirulina. Do you want to try it? Should be nice and cold. Yeah, I think you'll like that. So, Alan, what's your favourite thing about living on the boat?
I like all the birdies. Can't you hear them? They sing. And I'm always looking. What's this smell?
Mine ended up more like a mint green. At least it's not grey.
Looks good.
Yeah, should be alright. Tastes healthy. Right, we're gonna go and get some nettle tops and hawthorn flowers and leaves, yeah?
Flowers. Go, okay.
Right, shall we start with nettle tops? Can you show me how to pick them?
Yeah, so I do it if you get them under. Like that.
What, and that doesn't sting you?
No. No. But once you've done like 50, your fingers do tingle a bit. So I think the like barb, whatever's are all on the top.
Okay, I'm definitely going to get stung straight away, aren't I? So you only get a little tiny bit like that?
I mean, I guess it's just preference, isn't it? But I think they say the very top ones are good, the best for eating.
Yeah, I guess because they're the most tender, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, so you just go under like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Why am I so worried about this?
Did it sting you?
No.
There you go.
I believe you now.
Champion.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you'll be entering that nettle eating contest.
Oh yeah, that they do in Dorset. Oh yeah. That's so weird that it doesn't sting. Excellent. Right, well we need a lot because I want to freeze some.
Like saute.
Saute the nettle tops and then you can freeze
salty,
them.
if you're from Yorkshire.
Isn't that exit in French? Okay, Benny, I've got a question for you.
All right, I'm quite busy, but go on.
So busy. What is your most memorable moment of living on the boat so far?
Yeah, for me, I think my most memorable moment, it was a beautiful moment, in fact. It was when we were up the Llangollen, not at the aqueduct. It was when we went past that lake.
Oh, near Ellesmere.
Yeah.
Is it called
Blakemere?
Blakemere.
Yeah, we went past Blakemere and it was really wet. It was a really rainy cruise and it was just like a regular canal, and then suddenly it opened up and it was like a whole lake, and it was raining and you could see all the droplets and the ripples from the rain on the surface all through the trees, and it was just really surreal, like cruising through that, because it was like suddenly being in the Lake District. It was just like I'd never seen that before or since, and it just threw me off and I suddenly felt like I was in a dream, you know.
No, it was really nice. I remember that. It was really beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah. But when you say memorable, it could be, you know, beautiful or silly or scary or whatever. So, but yeah, I've picked a beautiful, memorable moment.
I think mine has to be when we went over the aqueduct, the Pontcasilster aqueduct. That was on the Llangollen as well. That was definitely my most memorable moment. It was terrifying, but that was beautiful too. You okay, Benny?
I just don't know what to cook.
But Benny, we've got HelloFresh.
Do you mean the HelloFresh who deliver delicious meal box recipes straight to your door?
Yeah.
Who provide high quality and flavourful meals at an affordable price from £3.15 per portion?
Yeah.
Do you mean who offer more than 44 delicious and healthy recipes per week that allow you to spend less time in the kitchen?
Yeah.
As you know, we travel a lot and we work a lot, so it's really took the pressure off to have these recipe cards with all the great ingredients ready for us to use, with a brilliant result at the end. What we've really loved about the HelloFresh box is how it's let us try some new flavours and new dishes, things that we wouldn't usually cook, especially some days when you get caught in a bit of a rut. It's just a real breath of fresh air. Okay, here you go.
HelloFresh also have an app that makes meal management and delivery really easy, so we can even get it delivered right near the boat.
Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get 60% off your first box and 25% off for the next 2 months.
Thanks so much HelloFresh for sponsoring this week's video. So this is Hawthorne Flower, as most of you probably will know.
What are you doing with that?
I'm going to put it in a jar with some vodka, and you cover it and you leave it for a month in a cupboard, and then after a month you strain it, and then in autumn when the berries are out, put the berries in, and it's really good for your heart and your veins and your system.
Whole system?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Your arteries. Just a little project really. Nothing wrong with our hearts or veins really, but it's just good to keep them good.
Yeah.
See the flowers?
Are you comfy there, Alan? Just don't step backwards, alright? Can cats walk backwards?
I'm also gonna make. And also I want to get some cleavers, which is it's that stuff that grows little balls and then you can throw them at your friends and they stick to the jumpers when you're like 5. So there's loads of that. Go over here. It's always good to pick the bits that dogs probably haven't weed on unless they're sort of acrobatic or something.
So what's that good for?
This is, you can make a tonic out of it, so you literally just sort of leave it in water for a few hours or overnight, and it's really good for your lymphatic system. But also you can make a, I don't know how you say it, poultice, where you just like crush it up so it's all the juice has come out, and you can put it on like skin conditions. Also, I just want to point out, just a bit of a disclaimer here, I ain't no doctor, I've just read this out of a book that I've bought. Don't take any advice from me, this is just stuff that I'm learning. So don't do anything without. Consult your doctor first.
Consult your Zend out feline. I will heal all your ailments. Cat's purrs speed up the healing of bones.
Is that true?
Apparently it's true.
I haven't got any broken bones, Alan.
I'm a bone healer, baby.
Oh!
I'm a bone healer. Yeah.
Nice song, Benny. Are you good?
I'm gonna make your bones stick back together when you break them.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go have a look at this stern. Let me show you this. So these benches are what we're going to replace. You can see they're pretty cracked and faded. But I've got to try and get out these bolts. I've actually got, there they are, but it's just whether they're like seized or not. But this one I have been turning it. For some reason it's dripping. This is the problem.
Oh.
It's full of, well, it's for some reason that's full of water. It must be in this. It must be in there. But as I'm turning it, the bottom thing, look. So that's not going to work. So there's like 10 of these.
Alan's obviously slept on your waistcoat, Benny. There's a lot of Alan on your back.
No, I gave her a piggyback before.
Oh right, I see.
We went to the shops.
What's the scariest moment you've had on the boat?
Oh my. Scariest.
Or most worrying?
One of the most worrying, I guess, was that time that you didn't close the lock properly, and I was in it. You got distracted by ducklings. You hadn't closed the lock, and I had the boat in forward, and it kept getting sucked. It was like getting sucked backwards into the sill.
Yeah. I think the thing is, nothing actually could have gone that wrong. It was just a really...
It was just
like when you're in a lock, it can
confusing,
be...
and it
yeah.
was quite anxiety inducing.
If you've watched our previous episodes and seen the one of when we went over the Ponte Casilta aqueduct, as well as that being my most memorable moment, it was also the most terrifying. And I don't know, I always think the boat's sinking, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh my, oh my. Benny and his crook bar.
Brute force.
There you go.
And then I think I'll probably have to cut those off.
You done it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Would you like a cup of nettle tea?
How did you know?
I really thought it was going to be a lot worse under those. Have you done it all?
One side, yeah.
Cup of tea? You know.
Only if it's got my own name on the cup.
It's like we've never drank nettle tea before.
I don't know if I have drank Neville tea before.
Neville?
Neville's tea. Oh yeah, that's got a kick to it.
Has it?
Yeah, it's kind of minty in a weird way.
Question is, do you like it?
I do like that, yeah.
Good.
Doesn't even sting your mouth.
Silly. Oh, that didn't last long. Cool. So I ended up blanching them rather than sautéing them. Didn't really know what blanching was, so I looked it up. Hope this is right. Now I'm going to stick them in the freezer. Drain them off and stick them in the freezer.
Hey,
Hey,
what are you up to?
making tiny love hearts to stick on the tiny vegetables.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
No.
Would you say living on a boat's changed you at all?
I think so. I think I get stressed quite easily, and I think it is quite stressful sometimes. However, it has taught me to be more patient and to slow down, because you can't go fast in this way of life. Like at a lock, you've got to wait for the water to empty or to fill, or for a boat to go through or whatever. Boats move so slowly that you've just got to keep going slow.
Has it changed me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it about like saying it's made you more patient? You're a very patient person already.
You see, I brew beer and wine, and doing that helps you to learn patience, because you've got to do one part of the brew, then wait for 2 weeks, or with wine you've got to wait months, and that helps to forge patience within a person. Having a boat, however, is taking it a step further, because you've got quite long distances to travel, if you do travel, and you only go 3 miles an hour or 4 miles an hour, so you're slowing your pace with everything that you do, and then you sort of cruising for hours like that, so that helps you to like bring more patience in. So yeah, I've definitely sort of trained more patience into myself, I think. I've definitely become more hands-on, just because I've got more opportunity to do DIY, and
You were already.
I was already
very
doing
hands-on.
that, yeah. But yeah, it's been nice to practice more of that, and I think I've learned a lot about engines and rust.
Rust.
Yeah, I guess in a way we were already suited to live like
Yeah,
this.
I guess so.
So yeah, it's been a good crossover.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
We've not been asked any of these questions. Well, people have asked us these questions in the past, but these were just things that we thought were quite interesting to answer.
Yeah,
for you.
it's more like we're reflecting on our journey 2 years in, and seeing how we're feeling and stuff. So it has been hard, and I think that's part of growing as well, isn't it? It's sort of like challenging yourself and being outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
Or
very
maybe
true.
we paint a picture of it being idyllic,
Yeah.
but it can be sometimes, especially when the weather's good, but otherwise it really isn't that idyllic at all. It's
quite
quite
hard.
challenging physically and mentally.
But that's part of why we like it as well.
We're up for it, because it stops you from getting too settled into like lethargy and.
Yeah. Can you tell us what's the worst thing that's happened since we've lived on the boat?
I mean, apart from having to get in the canal to fish your phone out.
That's probably the worst thing, isn't it?
Well, the other thing that was bad was when we were on the Huddersfield, bearing in mind we'd just done about 20 locks, and then...
No, it was more than that, wasn't it?
I don't know, it was a hell of a
We'd done the
lot.
Standage tunnel,
It was enough.
which was 2.5 hours through a tunnel.
Yeah, and then we were going down the other side, and the boat snagged on something, and the engine just stalled instantly. It turned out in the weed hatch that I thought it was a fender, but it was a huge sack, a massive sack about that big. I thought it was full of human hair, and I managed to cut it off, bring it out, and I dragged it out. It must have probably been about 25-30 kilos, so I only just had the strength to lift it off. And yeah, so this whole sack, apparently it's like coconut husk that the CRT used to grow stuff to
the
strengthen up the
reed
side
beds.
of the canal. Yeah, but that entire huge sack was round our prop, and yeah, that was hell. It took about 40 minutes to get that off and to drag it out. And then we found out, well, it's quite likely that that's what broke the
snapped the engine mount.
engine mount in the engine bay. Because
Bad.
it really did. It was like, you know.
That was bad.
Yeah, so that was a pretty bad moment.
Bad time. That was a bad time.
Yeah, I think we've been lucky. Touch wood.
Had a pretty good time so far.
Not too bad.
So we've kind of run out of time, haven't we, for today?
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna continue this tomorrow. See you in the morning. So yesterday Benny went to B&Q and got the decking. So Benny,
Can finally get on with this today.
so back to how we feel about our boat, how we feel about living on it and everything. I've got a question or two for you. What do you love about our boat and what would you change? Obviously you're changing that.
I love how cosy it is. I think we've got quite a nice boat for that.
That's the fender creaking, by the way, everybody.
It's not me. Yeah, it's such a nice cosy boat. I like the wood in it and how comfortable it is opening the hatch, and it's great. Yeah, it's got a lot of character. I love that about it. I think we're quite lucky in that. But what would I change? But that's what's nice about this boat, is that there are jobs to do and it's quite fun little challenges when we've got time. But yeah, I think having some private space, well, that would be good. So it's like a metal corridor. So we might put a door in and make the bedroom more of like a hangout space, so we can just like get on with creative projects and stuff.
Might change it so that you can use it as like a kind of a recording space.
Yeah, obviously I can already record, but when it's just one long tube it means that Emily's got to be really quiet, restricts what she can do, and vice versa as well. So yeah, and as well it does get cold down this end in winter, so we might stick a massive Aga by the bed. Yeah, what do you love?
I love the bow. Since we've got the cratch cover put on, I love it out there. At this time of year, it's super nice. And I love having the space on the roof for plants. And what would I change? Yeah, definitely I want to change the bathroom. I don't know if we will, but we want to try and retile. We need a new sink because it now has 3 incense stick burns in it, because it's made out of plastic. I want to change the toilet, definitely. Yeah, door so that the bedroom's separate, so that we can change that into a bit more of, like Benny said, more of a usable room.
So, to this bench job here. So I've made my cuts on both sides. And there, varnished one side. Great. I have to get on with some other jobs for the day.
It's that time again. It's bin run time. And we're also going to forage some mint. And I'll have to show you a little present that Benny bought me. Wait for me. So is this part of boat life that you like?
No. It's alright, isn't it? I mean, it's just part of the game.
Right, isn't it? Yeah.
It's okay on a night like, on an evening like now, I mean, wowzer. Such an idyllic bin journey.
It's a pretty good sunset. Just seen this model boat in the window. There's even people. And here are the bins.
They had one of those cubes that you shake and it tells you your future. That was a high point in the bins.
Someone you met at the bins?
Yeah.
I've got the trolley now, it's empty. Right, we're going to go collect a bit of wild mint. Alright.
Like we're in Daddy Longlegs territory.
No, don't say that. I hate them. They're going to go up my trouser leg and make me really upset. Thanks to our friends for showing me where these were earlier.
Oh, is this it?
No, a little bit further. A bit further.
Ah!
Minty. That's not it. The mint looking stuff, this.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's really lemony. Lovely here, look at this. It's got my new foraging pouch that Benny's bought me. Ready for this, guys?
Yes. Get
Right,
all sorts
I'm
of good
ready.
stuff in there.
Ah la la, ah la la. Maybe I won't get the bits that I walked on. That's probably... I'm gonna go in here a bit. Thanks, Benny. It means I can have both hands and I don't have to carry a plate with me. That's what I was doing the other day. The pouch is filling. I'm gonna get some cleavers and some more nettle as well. That lovely moon. It's been hot today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been really hot, it's about 20 degrees or something.
Lovely.
Feels like summer. I've got a question for you, Benny.
Okay.
Where would you like to go in the boat? 1 minute, let me have the camera.
Where? I want to go to Cropredy.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I want to go to Napton
Where's Napton?
on the way to
Oh.
Cropredy.
Okay.
Be nice to go to Oxford and to the Thames. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I think Oxford.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going that way.
Okay. What about Star City?
Not in Birmingham, no. Sounds horrible. I'd like to go on the, is it the Caledonian Canal in Scotland? That would be cool.
Yeah.
Obviously we can't take our boat there, but it'd be cool to go on holiday there or something.
What about River Avon?
The River Avon?
Yeah.
Seems quite stressful, sort of. Oh. Right. So on the whole, we've had a great 2 years on our boat, haven't we, Benny?
It's been eventful, I'll say that. And very enjoyable.
We've loved it.
Time's slowed down, but also sped up.
Yeah, it's funny, time has changed. We, I don't know, I wouldn't change it for the world. Loved it. Highly recommend.
Yeah. There has been difficult times as well.
But that's kind of what makes it brilliant as well, the hard bits and the, I don't know.
Like the
It's
good
like-
and the bad.
Yeah, it's like coming out of winter, you really appreciate the spring so much more than you would in a house. I think. I don't know, that's my experience, you know, I have lived in houses.
Yeah, you're more sensitive to the changing seasons, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just because they're so close.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, something a little bit different.
And if you've watched from the start,
Yeah,
thanks for making it this far
And-
with us.
yeah,
And if you've
thanks.
only just started watching, good to see you.
thanks to everyone who has watched, subscribed, liked,
Everybody.
commented, everything, all of that. We really appreciate it. Thanks to all of our patrons and everyone who's bought us a coffee. You're
Yeah.
great. We can't believe we've hit 20k.
Yeah, it's a bit
subscribers.
mind-blowing for us
We just
because
started
we didn't
off-
expect it.
Yeah,
we
just
didn't
started
expect anyone to
say,
watch it. We just thought our mums would be watching it and our dads.
And uncles.
So it's been a lovely surprise and a really special addition to our lives.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. We're off now, back to the boat
Yeah.
with all of our forage goods.
Yeah.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.